and today we're going to be doing some car maintenance. And what I'm going to be working on is the exhaust system. I have a chrome plated exhaust with a tip that's been installed about a month ago or so. And I've had not the best job since the mechanics were welding it, and unfortunately they didn't cover everything, and some of the exhaust and the tip got some particles from the welding, so basically it started getting a little bit rusty. The tip itself became a little bit dull because of the heat that was exposed to while it was welding, and the exhaust system got little particles that start getting rusty because the weather is a little bit cold and there's snow and there's rain, so there's some water exposure. I'll show you how it is, and I'll show you the preparation, and then we're going to continue step by step, and I'll see if we can fix it up. So let's take a look. So this is the exhaust. It is a little bit wet. I'm going to wait until it's dry, so I'll let the car sit for a little bit and get the water to dry out. And then I'm going to try to use this particular items. I have some 50% alcohol to clean up, I guess, all the dirt and whatever else is on the exhaust. I do have a little container of the vinegar that I'm going to apply to remove the rust. I took some other items like some brushes, some soft brushes, non-metal brush, and I got this magic eraser, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be using it. We'll see how it's going to work with the vinegar. And I also got some aluminum foil, which I believe is going to be a good solution in order to make the shine come back. So at the moment there's a little bit of water everywhere, so it's probably not the best time to start working the exhaust. But what I'll do, I'll wait until it dries out. I'll wipe it clean right now with just a paper towel, just to get the big particles out. So I'll use a little bit of alcohol right now to see if I can wipe the area that I'm going to be working on, and we'll go from there. So I'm applying a little bit of alcohol right here on a paper towel, and I'm going to wipe up all this area. I'm wiping right here, I'm wiping right here. I'm just getting it clean. So while it's going to be drying, hopefully it will dry really fast, and we'll get the area to work on and restore this chrome plated exhaust and the tip. You can see how dirty it is. It's so dirty, and you can see some rust that's coming off with alcohol already. So the first step, clean it up and make sure you let it dry. So I'm just getting all the grimy parts, like all the dirt and all the exhaust fumes that were left over on a pipe. So obviously it's not the perfect solution, but I think it's a start. So I'm experimenting. I don't have a particular step of instructions that I'm going to be following, so I'm trying out different techniques. So it seems like the alcohol is taking most of the dirt off, which is good. And I can show you from this side right here. This is the clean part already. I have attempted to remove the particles before with a piece of cardboard, but as you can see, it scratched a little bit of the chrome on the exhaust. So I would recommend not to do it and follow my instructions and fix your chrome plated exhaust or tips the way I'm going to be fixing it. So I'm dealing with what I already have, so it's obviously not the first step that I haven't tried and attempted to remove the rust, but it is working for now. So I'm removing all the dirt that accumulated from the outside of driving and from the fumes of the exhaust, and you can see how dirty it is. There's some rust right here, and there's some fumes exhaust parts right here. So I'll take another piece of paper I'm just using a regular paper towel that is a little bit rough printed, so I'm applying a little bit alcohol again. It's a 50% alcohol, and I'm just cleaning it once again, all the area that I'm going to be working on. And this is the area that most likely be visible when you're driving or when the car is parked. So I'm not going to be doing the whole exhaust, I'm just doing the area that is particularly visible as an appearance of a car is improved. By doing so, it's going to look much nicer when you're traveling behind the vehicle, when the vehicle is parked. You can see this particular area. So that's the area I'm working on. So as you can see, we removed most of the dirt and some rust left over from the area that is going to be more or less visible. I'm going to let the car sit and dry, since I just came from outside and the weather is not the best. There's some snow, so there's some water from the car that is keep dripping right now. So I'll let it sit a little bit, dry it out, and then I can start working and performing some rust removal techniques and polishing techniques to improve the appearance of this muffler. So right now, this is as much as I'm gonna do. As you can see, there's still some rust coming off. I think I'm gonna take a break and let it dry and come back and continue and show you the next steps that should be done in order to make this muffler nice and shiny. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. We have a dry vehicle and we're ready to proceed with our step number 2. We're going to try to remove these rust spots right here. There are still some leftovers of the welding particles that were sprinkling when the tip was welded to the muffler. But my main concern is this rust spots right here that I'm going to try to remove with vinegar, and I'm going to try to polish the muffler with aluminum foil, which I read online is really working great on chrome-plated items. This is a chrome-plated muffler. I believe this is a chrome-plated as well, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm going to try to polish out the scratches after I remove some of the rust. So in order to remove the rust, I'm going to try to use vinegar. I have a vinegar right here in this little bottle. I'm going to apply a small amount and see if we can remove the leftover of the rust. Let's take a look. Okay. Let's put a little bit more vinegar. And apply a generous amount around the rusty spots. I'm going to try to remove, there's a couple pieces, couple spots left with those particles. So I'm going to take this tool right here, put it around this vinegar soaked cloth and try to remove. I don't see an immediate result, but I guess maybe it'll take a little bit of time. I think it's working slowly. I do see some rust on this piece of cloth, so it looks like it might be working. Let's continue. Oh yeah, it's working. I can see. It takes some time, but it's working. Okay, let's continue. We have most of the rust spots disappeared. We still have some left. Let's continue our vinegar application. Let's put the light right here so we can have a better view. The tip doesn't have rust spots, but it's a little bit yellow from the heat, so I'm going to try to apply vinegar on the tip and see if we can get it more shinier and get this dull color off. Just gonna move the camera a little bit and see if we have a better view here on the side. It's definitely better than it was before. Just wiping the area where it was welded to get some rust off that area as well, so it's not dripping and it's not spreading. Yeah, as you can see, our cloth is getting a little rusty color. That means that it's coming off with vinegar. I also read online that you can use some lime or lemon, but I'm assuming that anything with acidity would help. So vinegar is pretty acidic and should be able to help with most of the rust removal. Yeah, you guys can see that after a long application the rust stays on the cloth. And at this point I'm going to try the next step. So I'm going to let it dry, and I'll try to apply some foil to make the area nice and shiny, to remove the scratches or swirl marks from the exhaust. There's an example of vinegar cleaning the side of the muffler, and yeah, it kind of works. I think it works, guys. Alright, I'm going to take a break. We're at 9 minutes already, and the next video is going to be applying the foil. Alright guys, next step, we're going to be trying foil application to see if it's actually improving the look of the chrome, and particularly the little scratches and swirls that I have on it, if it's going to actually improve. I have more on this side, so maybe I should bring the camera somewhere in the middle right here. Actually, I'll do one side first, and then I'll switch to another side. So I have foil right here, and I have a shiny side and I have a non-shiny side. So I'm going to try both and see which one works better. Let's try the shiny side first. And I guess we're just going to have to start applying. I'm not sure if it's working. Let's try the non-shiny side. No guys, I don't think so it's working. I think it's making it worse. Let's see the other side. No guys, I don't think so it's good. It makes it more dull. Do not use that. Do not use the foil. It's not helping. Let's see if I can smoothen that with some... what else we have here? How about some of the... I'm gonna try to use some of the mr.Clean eraser. I'm gonna try a little piece, see if that works. Gonna have to put a little bit of water on it. So let's put some water on this magic eraser. Let's see if this magic eraser is gonna help us to make it a little bit more shinier. I don't see any difference as far as I would expect it. Yeah, I don't see any difference. Let's try it on the exhaust tip. See if it makes it shinier from the yellow color. It's definitely helping with the residue from the exhaust. I can see it's taking it off, but I'm not sure if it's making it shinier. Let's see if you guys can see it here. You can see that the residue comes off, so it does work for the black residue. It stays on your tip, so Magic Eraser works for that. But I don't see the exhaust being more shinier. I guess maybe I don't have enough light here to compare. But it's an option. It is an option to try. It does make it cleaner, I can tell you that. But it does not make the scratches go away. So far I don't have any other options to try to get rid of the scratches on the chrome plated muffler. So I think I might be ending the video on this, since we're running out of options here. But as you can see, the rust is out. So vinegar helps, alcohol helps, and Magic Eraser helps. Those three are really useful for rust removal. Alright, I think it's pretty reasonable for the look. Nobody's gonna see it from behind that much. All those little swirls and scratches are not really visible. But the exhaust is pretty clean. Yeah, you can see the dirt staying in the Magic Eraser, so it takes some dirt out. But since I don't have much rust here, I can't really see if it takes out rust. Maybe it does. It does become a little orange once I start applying it in the area where the rust is. Yeah. So that's an option as well. So you guys can use that. But here's the result. Here's the result. It's a little cleaner. It's a little better. It's not shiny as new, but it's much better. So thank you for watching, guys.